Hi, welcome back. This is a continuation from Beyond the Mask, specifically looking now at some strategies that could help somebody who is neurodiverse. Um, Whether it's dyslexia or ADHD and many other neurodiversities, repeat, repeat, repeat. It's almost accepting that you will have to say something more than once or do something more than once. But rather than repeat back what they've already just heard, try rephrasing it and using more simple language. Simplify instructions, simplify the language that is used. Chunk it. If there are three things to do, first give them one. When they've done that, do the second, and then the third. If you give them three or more at once, they could well forget the first one, the last one, or even the middle one, or any of them. Give them thinking time. It almost comes in the rule of three. Give 3 seconds before you give an answer or expect an answer. Use arm signals, wave arms around, be demonstrative, use hand gestures, which makes it more memorable. Give information in chronological order. So rather than say, I'd like you to tidy your room, but first I'd like you to eat your breakfast, say it in the order that they would do it. Don't assume. That's a big mistake that I used to make is that just because I'd said it didn't mean that it actually went in or it would be remembered. Waggle, show them what a good one looks like. Show them what they're aiming for, the end product, whatever that might be. Allow them to rehearse. Allow them to give it a go first before they then commit. Put in brain breaks. Um, think in very short spaces of time. For example, with revision, the recommendation is 20 minutes at a time only with a break in there. This is an interesting fact. Hearing someone talking while you're reading or writing drops productivity by up to 66%. Again, this is something that I'm learning as a teacher, as a tutor, not to speak to a child whilst they're writing because they won't hear or remember or focus on either of them very well. What do we do about brain fog accommodations? We hear that word used quite a lot. It's often the case that women who go through menopause put their brain fog down to menopause when actually it's ADHD just peaking. It's all hormonal. And so when the hormones are in fluctuation during menopause, that's when it starts to particularly affect dopamine levels. Use recording facilities on a phone. Um, Use visual reminders, post-it notes, dry erase boards, bulletin boards. Use flowcharts to show how one thing leads to another. Ticking things off, chucking things away, deleting things can be very satisfying, especially for the ADHD brain. The ADHD brain often never finishes a task and can lack that sense of finalization, that sense of achievement. Sensory accommodations, again, for both. This also cuts across somebody who's on the spectrum as well, something they all share. Um, Again, this was originally designed for the workplace, but it can be applicable to any environment. Let the environment be positive. It can involve making simple changes, personalizing it to the needs of the individual. Let them design it. Give them regular breaks to recharge. Make it distraction free. If somebody knows that something can be distracting, remove it. You put it somewhere else where it can be used later, where it's more appropriate. Make the lighting adjustable. Many people can be very sensitive to bright lights. Sit away from the window, that can be distracting. Have a proofreading buddy. Accept that there may be errors in there, and your eyes will, no matter how many times you read it, will not see it. Provide regular feedback and check-ins. Make sure if somebody's doing a task for you that they are okay. Loop earplugs have been quite revolutionary in my household. They have this great ability to zone out extraneous noises, but still hear bits that matter. Have scrap paper or fidget toys on hand to fiddle with. Rather than being distracting, they can help keep them in the moment. Have a chair that is comfortable for them. Many neurodiverse people like to sit on their knees, sit with their legs up, have chairs without arms. Have a desk um, that is suitable for them, that's ergonomic, that has things on it that can help them keep tidy. Give them advance warnings of any changes. And making bridges basically means if they're learning something new, then link it to something that they already know, and the brain will then perceive it as an extension to what they already know, rather than something additional that will feel like a burden on their brain. This is a great experiment. If I said to you, your house, what instantly comes in your mind is usually 99.9% of the time is an image of your house. Might be the outside, might be the garage door, the front door, might be even indoors, might be even your bedroom. What we don't picture are words. Our brains, therefore, can retrieve images more effectively than words. Use symbols and pictures to replace words where possible, instead of instructions and steps. Use coloured backgrounds, large and sans serif fonts, the ones without flicks, double line spacing, chunk the work, watch videos. Consider choice of fonts, spacing, avoid block capitals, use bold for emphasis, don't fully justify to the right-hand side. Don't use bright white paper. For more explanations of this, this might be in the Q&A that comes after this to understand why these are good recommendations. Task initiation and procrastination. Importance versus interest. Neurotypicals work on importance. When something's important, they will do it. The ADHD brain is motivated by the level of interest they have in the task. If it's not interesting, or they are not passionate about it, or it isn't super urgent, then the brain says, no. Is there cake at the end of it? I'm not interested. Things that help time blindness. Color-coded blocks and visual time. So doing a map of the day and color blocking personal time in one color, work time in another, children time in another. Try timing a task to find an average to help you plan your day. Be realistic about that. Alarms, some people love them, some people hate them. If they work, set alarms for each step. Remember the hamster with a huge phone with all the alarms set? An alarm for having breakfast, an alarm for getting ready, an alarm for getting in the car. If alarms send you into avoidance, it's not a good idea to use them. Post-it notes. Have post-it notes everywhere to remind you. Put them where your eyes will see them. Put them where they will annoy you and get in your way so that you have to do it just to get it done and out of the way. There are lots of ADHD apps out there that can be programmed to tell you when you have to do something. Again, I can give recommendations for those. Then we have something called body doubling, which apparently is really effective. Never work alone. Always have someone else in the room who's being productive. Other people's productive energy is contagious, and you can ride on their dopamine and the lack of yours. Have accountability buddies, people who will check in on you and who will call you out, somebody that you have to, that you know will ask you whether you've done something or not, and you don't want that embarrassment or awkwardness of saying that you haven't done it. Have multiple work streams. Have what are called side quests. Work on different things to keep you fresh. Break down the day into lots of things. Keep riding on that dopamine. Work on things that are your passion. Stick to the times you give your side quests and find clever ways to get side quests in that don't last all day. The side quest might be you're tidying your bedroom. A side quest might be I'll go and empty the washing machine. It's a side quest, but it's productive. There's something called gamification and gamification techniques. It's about incorporating game-like elements into non-game context. For example, have progress bars or streaks to monitor your task completion. It's about having rewards and showing achievement. Divide large tasks into smaller steps like games do. Use a timer to foster a sense of urgency and help maintain focus. Earn points or rewards after completion. Whatever those points or rewards look like are completely down to you. Use color and visual cues. Involve others. Collaborate with others. Compete in a friendly way with others. Assistive technology is fantastic and should never be underrated. There's an app called Timo, which is great for organizing. There's your reminders app. Um, you've got something called Hour Stack. Remember the Milk. Todoist. These are all great organizers. Google Calendar. Most phones, computers have that. Use flowcharts. If you prefer the paper version, you can do computer versions as well. Yeah, progress bars mentioned already. Grammarly, great for checking your grammar. Jaws is another good one. Mural, Slack, Speechify, Web Captioner from Maestra. It's particularly good for meetings. If you would like any more information directly from me, there's my email address. I can give you advice on coaching, co-coaching that involves me liaising between student and teacher, us and employee to get the best out of everybody. Awareness training going into businesses, schools to raise awareness about both of these issues. I can recommend resources, books to read, apps. If you'd like an assessment for dyslexia, it's my bread and butter. I can also screen for dyscalculia. I can screen for Erland's visual stress, see if colour makes a difference. I can offer dyslexia specialist tutoring to do brain training. I offer maths and English tutoring. And remember, diversity of thought is your competitive edge, whether it's at school or in the workplace. Thank you so much. Do leave comments in the comments box if that you'd like to share or to be answered. But I'll also be reverting back to the ADHD brain on Messenger. Speak soon. Bye-bye.